Hi guys. Hi guys. Hello everyone. Who is there? For a change मैं अभी vertical layout में try कर रहा हूँ. I hope this is fine. Hi Chintan. Hi Faizan. I'm good. I'm good. How are you guys? कैसा था आज का दिन? So I'll just tell you मेरा दिन कैसे था. My day was crazy hectic today. Lot of work. उसके बाद में I started going to gym. Hi, Brashan Vertex. I forgot your name, Brashan Vertex. I think we spoke on Instagram also. So yeah, I hope my audio, video, everything is clear. Can you just give me a feedback if my audio, video, everything is going good? Okay, Faizan is saying nice day, lot of work. Okay, I think there is little bit of lag, maybe. Okay, so first of all, whoever is new to this channel, welcome to the channel. And like, if you have been following me on Instagram, last couple of reels kind of blow up, and it ended up adding more than 1,000 new followers to the Instagram channel, and I feel that will be there on YouTube channel as well. So. Yeah, all those new people, if you are here, first of all, welcome to this community of cool, ambitious designers. Uh, we are a community of designers who are excited about design, who are into about design. We are always speaking things about design. So this channel is all about design and creativity. So design, when we talk about design, it's not just कि जो typical definition of designing है उतने में ही limited नहीं रहना चाहिए हमें. So I feel this channel is all about creativity and hopefully this channel helps. I think this channel is helping uh, many of aspiring designers, professional designers, design students through podcast and things like that. So it's it's a good validation when you get good number of followers on Instagram, on YouTube. A quick recap of the reel which I had posted. So there I spoke about the scam like things which are happening in the design education sector. So that is pretty, disappointing. But at the same time, I don't want to bring out a lot of negativity into this subject of design education because, when we spoke about around around 3,000 plus design schools now. Of course, there will be schools which will be mostly focused on profits and money, and those kind of colleges are there. And unfortunately, that's the majority. But there are several good colleges, like, whatever the list I had prepared of 20 colleges. Uh, so those colleges are doing good stuff, like their placements, the opportunities which designers are getting through those colleges, through those, the opportunities they are bringing. So that's a beautiful thing about all these things. When you grow, certainly negative things are bound to happen, but at the same time, eventually it is good for all the passionate designers because this design industry is growing, number of students growing, the awareness around design is growing, then there is, more focus will be on design. And then a lot of, in general, when you go to some developed country like USA or Europe, European countries, you will see that everything over there is designed and given attention to details like ergonomics, the kind of user experience it has, so many things. And that is happening because people there are aware about design field and design approach. And that's why the overall experience, and that's why we say, no, the quality of life outside India is better in the West, especially USA. If you have been to USA or European countries, you know what I'm talking about. In fact, nowadays, Dubai, Singapore, all these countries, they are also, all these places, they are also crazy developed, and design is becoming more and more important. And that's the best part about being in this situation. So I always say this, that for a designer, I think this is the best time to be alive, because we are in India, which is a growing economy. We are in India where the design awareness is growing. So, we are moving towards developed, being a developed country, and where design is going to become more and more important. And people who are going to become designers today, they are going to be driving that revolution around design. So it's a good time. It's a really good time to be alive if you are a designer. So yeah. So because that reel was titled as scam, uh, I just wanted to make sure that there are a lot of positive things. The intent of that reel was just to create awareness, that these kind of shady things are happening. So when you are choosing a college, you should be aware. So that was the whole point of that reel. Anyway, so that is one thing. We'll be talking about less spoken opportunities in design. So I have been doing design for past 10 years as a professional designer. Uske pehle I was in NID. So I entered NID as a design student in 2011. तो तब से अगर आप कैलकुलेट करोगे तो रफली 13 odd years हो गए मुझे डिजाइन फील्ड में. एंड वॉट एवर आई हैव सीन, सो I want to discuss those kind of opportunities which are less spoken, which are less known, and students usually aim for getting that dream job. And सबके लिए job नहीं होता है, मतलब there are so many students coming, and then there are only limited number of jobs, limited number of companies. सो ऑब्वियसली सबको जॉब नहीं मिलेगा. सो इफ किसी को जॉब नहीं मिल रहा है, तो व्हाट कैन बी दोज अपॉर्चुनिटीज, उस बारे में आज हम लोग बात करने वाले हैं. तो दिस इज गोना बी एन इंटरेस्टिंग सेशन. मीनवाइल, इफ यू just give me a shout out, guys, if I'm audible, or you know is everything fine. Give me a yes, everything fine. Just type yes in the comment section. There's a little bit of lag here. There's always a case actually. So I'll just wait for 1 minute. Please don't drop. But just give me a yes. Okay. Okay. Perfect. So two, three guys, I can see two, three yeses over here. Yes, everything is fine. Thank you so much, Rishabh. Okay. Thank you so much, Mohit, Ankit, everyone. Perfect. So let's, before we go to your, questions, let's just quickly discuss about few opportunities in design which you can start at this level. Now, many of you will be aspiring designers, many of you will be design students, and I think that's the golden time to start something, start figuring out. So start exploring at this point. Okay. Now, what can you explore? First of all, you need to, first thing, which I think everybody should do, is get there on social media. I know it is hard. We designers, we creatives are inherently, introverts. We don't like showing our work and all. But whatever work you have, whatever skill set you have, just start posting it on Instagram, Behance, create a portfolio, and you don't have to be perfect about anything, So जो भी आता है, जैसा भी काम है, जैसे भी sketches है, start uploading. What will happen? Every time you will upload, you will, get a check for yourself. The response you are getting from people, that will be a checkpoint. So it will help immensely in improving your own skills. So that is one thing you should do. Now, when you put yourself over there, see, social media is a very interesting place. So if I always keep these two books in front of me. So one is Steal Like an Artist and the other is Show Your Work. These two books are fantastic. And actually, this book is very creative, and the kind of experience it has while reading, it's very fun. So these two books, the overall point, what Austin Kleon, the author of this book, says that the biggest challenge for a creative is not his or her skills, it is the discoverability. So matlab, there are so many insanely talented designers, but उनको opportunities नहीं मिल रही है because उनको उनके बारे में किसी को पता ही नहीं है. I know many of my friends who are exceptionally talented, but just because nobody knows about them, people will not come to them for work. So and then I know few, you know more like around average skill set, those kind of students are also there, but they are putting themselves over there in social media. And social media, think about it, like social media is like a commercial of your own work. So अगर टीवी पे कोई एक कमर्शियल आता है, टीवी कमर्शियल जो आता है, एडवर्टीजमेंट आती है, तो लेट्स से कैडबरी का एक एडवर्टीजमेंट है, सोनी पे आ रहा है, तो कैडबरी सोनी को बहुत करोड़ों में पैसा देती है, राइट? तो वो क्या है, एक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन चैनल है. So that distribution channel was very expensive back in time. But now with social media, no, that distribution has become very cheap. You can just put your work and you can ask people to come and check your work. So you are literally getting that distribution network at 0 rupees. That's like ridiculous. So that's why I am saying, no, that we are blessed to be alive in this time phase. So you put your work, whatever criticism you are getting, whatever kind number of followers you are getting, you just keep doing it. And then if you are growing, somebody will notice and somebody will come up with some opportunities. Okay, fine. Like for example, I know few artists who started uploading their sketches and drawings on Instagram, and they didn't know what kind of opportunities they are going to attract. But eventually, when their page looked like filled with sketches, people started coming that, okay, I can't do sketching like you do, and this is my favorite car. Can you do a sketch of this in your own style, because I love your style? And for that they are charging, for that they're offering money, like good number. Like I know a painter who is just uploading reels of her paintings and then putting it out for sale. Every one of her painting is getting sold for more than 50,000 rupees. That's, imagine, one reel, one artwork, more than 50,000 rupees. But she has been doing this for, I think, more than 2 years, very consistently. So today she is earning rewards from whatever she was doing. So first thing, start posting your work. Whatever happens, start posting your work. I know you guys are introvert. If you are very underconfident about your work, what you can do is you start anonymous channel. Okay, you don't give your name to that channel. You say some random things. Like for example, when I started my own work page, I gave the name called as Sculpted Moto. So very few people knew that this page belonged to me. So when I started putting my work, eventually people started, noticing, people started commenting, people started liking. And then when I felt finally comfortable and confident about my own work, that's when I made it public that there, no, I wrote my name, that this is my profile. So you can do that. Initially, you can just go ahead with the anonymous page. It's perfectly fine. Sketches upload करने हैं तो faceless channel होगा, so you don't have to worry too much about it. So that is one thing. So social media से you can attract so many opportunities. Secondly, as a designer, it's not always that whatever your discipline और chosen interest is, उसी में आपको opportunities ढूंढनी चाहिए. For example, if somebody from transportation design is struggling to get a job and struggling to find a good internship, that dream internship, तो वो घर पे बैठा है, तो उस टाइम पे उसको घर पे बैठे ही नहीं रहना चाहिए. उस टाइम पे उसको Fiverr अपवर्क, इस टाइप की बहुत सारी वेबसाइट्स है, फ्रीलांसिंग वेबसाइट्स है। वहां पे जाके अपना प्रोफाइल क्रिएट करना चाहिए। एंड along with your sketches of automobiles, you should also do other work. Like for example, right now, if you think and see and observe, you will see that there are a lot of opportunities in the domain of graphic design. So be it UI UX design, be it logo design, website design, brochure design, those kind of things. So there are so many opportunities, and people are willing to pay a good amount of money for that. Now, whatever designer you are, in this case, let's say transportation designer, every designer knows Photoshop. Every designer knows how to make, every designer knows those foundation skills like, creating a nice color palette, all those color theory, composition, those kind of things, If you don't know, you can always go to YouTube and get these basic level understanding. And you can just start offering those services कि अगर ऑटोमोबाइल डिजाइन में नहीं मिल रहा है तो यू स्टार्ट ऑफरिंग सर्विसेज ऑन ग्राफिक डिजाइन। अगर आपको लगता है कि आपका कलर सेंस बहुत अच्छा है, ऑफर योर सर्विसेज इन दैट डोमेन। इफ यू थिंक दैट योर 3D मॉडलिंग इज गुड, ऑफर योर सर्विसेज। फॉर एग्जांपल ब्लेंडर इज वेरी पॉपुलर दीज डेज, और ब्लेंडर में बहुत सारी चीजें आसानी से हो जाती है। सो लेट्स से इफ योर स्केचिंग is not that good but your 3D modeling is good, so you can provide your service of taking someone's sketch and giving a 3D model for some amount of money. There are so many students who are doing this. उनका स्केचिंग अच्छा नहीं है तो उन्होंने गिव अप नहीं किया, वो अपने स्केचिंग के ऊपर काम कर रहे हैं, बट एट द सेम टाइम दे लर्न सम टेक्निकल टूल्स लाइक ब्लेंडर विच इज फ्रीली अवेलेबल, और उसके ऊपर दे स्टार्टेड यू नो providing those services, started uploading those models. For example, you will be amazed that there are so many companies, so many graphic design companies, जिनको सिर्फ एक 3D मॉडल पे एक ग्राफिक का डेटा प्रोजेक्ट करके चाहिए होता है, दैट्स इट। सो अगर आपको 3D आता है थोड़ा भी बेसिक, सो यू नो हाउ इजी इज प्रोजेक्टिंग अ पर्टिकुलर ग्राफिक्स ऑन द surface. But just because people don't know these small small things, they are paying thousands of rupees just for doing this small work. Of course there is competition, I am not saying there is no competition, but you can start attracting your freelance customers from websites like Fiverr, Upwork. There are many new websites, so you go there. Okay, so this is second. The third thing could be, as I was saying, that find out what can you do in a nice way. See, being a creative person, you have a creative edge. So जो नॉर्मल लोगों से मिस हो जाती है वो सारी चीजें डिजाइनर को ऑब्जर्व होती है। मतलब you can see the pattern, you can notice the pattern. So in this manner you can provide your insights. For example, there are survey companies, and those survey companies, they are researching various things. Like for example, if you are a textile designer, there are survey agencies जो टेक्सटाइल डिजाइनर्स को इंटरव्यू करके जानना चाहती है कि अभी टेक्सटाइल डिजाइन में क्या ट्रेंड चल रहा है। या दे माइट बी डूइंग अ सर्वे ऑन डिजाइन कॉलेजेस जहां पे दे वांट टू इंटरव्यू स्टूडेंट्स, and there are these kind of survey companies. So, and for that there are many survey platforms. So udhar you can just go to Google and search कि free survey or survey consultancy, or you can just type how to earn by survey, giving an interview. So at my level with 10 years of experience and all, you can earn up to 10,000 per hour for an interview just to share your insights. So of course, if you are a student, उतना नहीं मिलेगा, but you will get some amount of money. So that will be one of the opportunities. Along with these things, सी डिजाइनर जरूरी नहीं है कि डिजाइनर है तो डिजाइन ही करना चाहिए। डिजाइनर का स्केचिंग बहुत अच्छा होता है मोस्टली। ओके, तो अगर आपका स्केचिंग अच्छा है और आप पर्टिकुलर कोई मीडियम को लेके बहुत ज्यादा अच्छे हो, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल आपका वाटर कलर बहुत अच्छा है, तो डोंट स्टिक टू ओनली ऑटोमोटिव डिजाइन या योर पर्टिकुलर डिजाइन डिसिप्लिन। तो आप क्या कर सकते हो, एक और पेज स्टार्ट कर दो। इफ यू आर नॉट कॉन्फिडेंट, एनोनिमसली स्टार्ट कर दो एंड मेक दैट पेज एज अ वाटर कलर पेज, जहां पे आप वाटर कलर पेंटिंग्स जो है आप जो मतलब फ्री टाइम में कर रहे हो एज अ हॉबी, उसको अपलोड करो। एंड अपलोड करते वक्त मेक श्योर दैट यू आर नॉट जस्ट अपलोडिंग a picture. You need to show a process because people nowadays they get more engaged by seeing a process. You must have seen all these artists who create random looking art which finally doesn't look good. Okay, but the process is very interesting, and they create a reel of that process, and that reel gets lot of views, millions of views, and then just because of that process, there are many people who feel connected, and they will be able to relate to that particular painting. You know, at the end of the day, any artwork you create or any sketch you create, you know, what sells that particular thing is the story behind it. अगर आपके किसी भी आर्टवर्क की स्टोरी बहुत एक्साइटिंग है, तो आपका आर्टवर्क सेल होगा। Because you know the person who is gonna buy that artwork, he or she would like to own that artwork and tell the story of you. You know, you can say that, okay, I have bought this amazing painting. You know, the artist, he belongs to this background, and वो ऐसे ऐसे painting करता है. You know, that makes it very interesting. So these are so the fourth one is basically find out what you're good at and then start putting that work along with designing. So ये सारी design related चीजें हो गई. Now मतलब as a designer, now वो creativity जो है, you can you can provide those creativity and you can always learn few easy tools. For example, right now there are so many AI tools, there are so many things happening in the content creation. So I'll tell you, the editor who works with me for my videos, he is a designer, and in his part time, he works as an editor. So this guy, he learned Premiere Pro and those kind of editing softwares on his own, just as a hobby. And when he realized that he's not earning a lot as a designer, he decided to start a part-time activity of providing editing services. Now I have done editing. मैंने literally 15-20 दिन spend किए होंगे. एडिटिंग सीखना बहुत डिफिकल्ट नहीं है. यू नो एवरीथिंग रिलेटेड टू कंटेंट लाइक थंबनेल डिजाइन. आपके पास फोटोशॉप है, थंबनेल बनाना आपके लिए बहुत इजी होगा. थंबनेल डिजाइन हो गया, कंटेंट राइटिंग हो गया, एडिटिंग हो गया. ऑल दीज थिंग्स आर प्रिटी इजी फॉर अ डिजाइनर क्योंकि आप क्रिएटिव हो ऑलरेडी और आपने उतना टाइम स्पेंड किया है क्रिएटिव स्किल को इम्प्रूव करने के लिए. सो आपके ये जो स्किल्स है वो ऑलरेडी अच्छे हैं. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ट्राई टू बिल्ड योर own confidence on your own skills. Underestimate मत करो अपने आप को. Of course you have to keep learning. Design is a very continuous process, so you have to be persistent for sure. But एट द सेम टाइम आप उसमें मत फंस जाना कि जो होता है ना कि आप खुद को ही अंडर एस्टिमेट कर रहे हो पीयर प्रेशर के अंदर आके. बिहान्स पे जाके अच्छा पोर्टफोलियो देख लिया तो आपको लगेगा अरे यार मेरा काम कितना खराब है. डोंट गेट डिप्रेस्ड बाय दोज काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स. हर एक की जर्नी अलग होती है, हर एक के स्किल्स बहुत अलग होते हैं. सो जो भी आपका स्किल सेट है, बिल्ड सम कॉन्फिडेंस, स्टार्ट सेलिंग इट कॉन्फिडेंटली जितना भी आता है. Don't boast or don't be overconfident about it. Be humble about your own, skill set, but उसको अच्छे से present करो. ठीक है? So content creation में I think a design aspiring student or a design student or a designer can do so much. So these are so many things which were coming on top of my mind which you can start doing. क्योंकि हर कोई जॉब के लिए एम नहीं कर सकता. That way design is a little brutal industry because there's so much supply. 3,000 कॉलेजेस हैं, उसमें से अगर 50-50 भी स्टूडेंट्स आप पकड़ लो ऑन एन एवरेज, सो वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट 1.5 लाख स्टूडेंट्स एवरी ईयर, और उतने जॉब्स नहीं है. दैट्स द हार्श ट्रुथ. तो उसके लिए फिर आप अलग अलग इनोवेट कर सकते हो आपकी स्किल्स को, आपकी अपॉर्चुनिटीज को. ओके, इफ यू गाइज आर फॉलोइंग मी टिल नाउ, just give me a shout out, type design in comment section so I'll understand that you guys are with me. There's a little bit of lag, so I'll just thank you so much Viraj, Yogesh, Chintan, Brush and Vertex. Naivedya, Varun, Mohit, Ankit, thank you so much. Okay, perfect. So now let's go to your questions. So now the forum is open. So you can put your questions, I'll answer. Uh, so Naivedya is asking, Sir, I want to ask your views about the design of new gen cars like Hyundai Verna, Kia Ceros, particularly about those tube light-like design of connected DRLs and tail lamps and bumper mounted headlamps. See, not a big fan actually. To be very honest, I love even today. I love those split tail lights. जहाँ पे like Camaro, Mustang, and all that. No, you have separate tail lights, and there is no connection. There is a nice emblem at the center. I'm still a big fan of those kind of things. However, डिजाइन इज वेरी सब्जेक्टिव और क्या होता है कि कितना भी कुछ आप कर लो कितना भी आपका पर्सनल ओपिनियन हो फाइनली यू आर मेकिंग डिजाइन फॉर योर फाइनल कस्टमर जो आपकी गाड़ी चलाने वाला है आपका डिजाइन चलाने वाला है so as a designer you need to always capture the breadth of the market you know so अगर market में the trend is like this and if everybody is liking it so you will have to you will have to provide that नहीं तो क्या है कि आपका आपकी कार कोई खरीदेगा नहीं आपकी कंपनी को प्रॉफिट नहीं मिलेगा आपको सैलरी नहीं मिलेगी so it's a demand and supply game so first of all trend is very important so design is very subjective that is very like that's the first thing which you need to accept that design is subjective and a design you might like might not perform in the market, and design you hate might do very well in the market. There are several examples like that, right? So you need to understand, as a designer, you need to understand what is the breadth of that market where you are providing the design. And once you capture the breadth, then it's up to you how to take that trend and do it beautifully. So, for example, if you find that it's a tube light like connection which is looking very odd and basic, then you can change the shape of it. Can you think of something interesting? Or if you like the emblem which is kept in the center of those tail lamps, can you do something about it? Like for example, you can just bring tail lights like this and center me there will be an emblem. So that tube light kind of feeling is broken by the emblem, but then there are interesting shapes at the end. So something like this you can always try. Okay, so I think I answered your question. My views, I am not a big fan, but it's okay. There's a very funny meme I remember now. किसी के, somebody who is wearing a धोती और लुंगी, उसके पीछे किसी ने थूका हुआ रहता है, तो थूकने के बाद जैसी एक लाइन आती है ना, that's how people are saying that nowadays cars rear is looking like. Okay, Basic is asking, Bhaiya, I'm going in the 11th this year. Okay, year. I want to go to NID. What should I do in 11? Should I join coaching or should I self-prepare? See, I don't know your name, but Mr. Basic, let's say. Okay, so design has become competitive. Okay, design के लिए coaching बहुत necessary नहीं थी before some time, but nowadays it has become kind of important because there is competition and उसमें फिर क्या है कि you need to be at par with everyone. So अगर कोचिंग बट इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि कोचिंग लगा है तो आपका हो ही जाएगा। आप कोचिंग हेल्प के लिए लो, एक अवेयरनेस के लिए लो कि क्या-क्या आता है, किस टाइप के पेपर्स होते हैं, किस टाइप का प्रिपरेशन रिक्वायर्ड होता है। ऑल दोज़ थिंग्स के लिए कोचिंग यू कैन कंसिडर जॉइनिंग। And based on your own budget, you can always join a premium sort of a coaching जहाँ पे फीस ज़्यादा है, like year long coaching, या तो आपका अगर आपका बजट कम है तो you can join a short crash course kind of things. So if you are interested, let me know because I know like we also have a batch coming up, so that is not that is like a crash course. So 3 month का crash course रहेगा and there will train. So it's up to you. Okay. So coaching लगाना नहीं लगाना that is your personal choice. किस तरह का लगाना है that is also your personal choice. But coaching का main purpose जो है वो awareness है. You need to understand कि what is happening and how competitive this environment is so that you can channelize your efforts in better preparation. Okay. That is one thing. Second thing is if you are not joining coaching, You need to start observing things around you. That's what I keep repeating in almost every live session, in almost every podcast, because design is almost 80-90% observation and only 10% is execution. So आप ऑब्जर्व करना शुरू कर दो, ऑब्जर्व एवरीथिंग अराउंड यू, स्टार्ट एनालाइजिंग द फॉर्म, द डिजाइन, द फंक्शनैलिटी, and if and then start criticizing those things, like, okay, if is this the right form, is this the right functionality, is it really efficient, how can I make it more efficient, is there any problem, how can I solve it, all those things. And then once you, so you observe, then you start criticizing, start analyzing, and after that, if you find some problem, then go to a sketchboard and build this practice of doodling things, not creating beautiful sketches, doodling things which can convey the proposed idea behind that solution which you are going to provide for the particular problem. Okay, so those things you can do. Varun is asking, sir, if we upload continuous artwork on social media, that will lead to get a chance of commission artwork. Yes, yes, of course. Yeah, there is a high chance that somebody will approach. Okay, and I'm just missing those things. People have answered design. Thank you so much for telling that everything is going fine. Brush and Vertex is asking automotive design startup right after graduating. Yeah, you can start, but see, startup कैसा है ना कि startup needs some foundation. नहीं तो आपको client क्यों project देगा, है ना? And it's a competitive environment. On top of it, automotive design एक इतनी ज़्यादा long process है ना कि वहाँ पे you need to have a long term connection with your client. तो इसमें क्या होता है कि major companies they prefer having their own independent studio. Like जैसे बजाज में मैं काम करता हूँ तो हमारा बजाज का ही अपना R&D स्टाइलिंग स्टूडियो है. बट देन देर आर स्टार्टअप्स जो इतना R&D सेटअप नहीं कर सकते, तो वहां पे दे आर लुकिंग फॉर फ्रीलांस डिजाइनर्स. बट वो आपको क्यों प्रोजेक्ट देंगे? आपके पास कुछ पोर्टफोलियो होना चाहिए, आपके पास कुछ काम होना चाहिए. इसलिए यू स्टार्ट putting your work and hope that somebody will, and of course you will have to do those things like cold emailing, cold calling, and ask people and studios and startups and companies कि आपको डिजाइन सर्विसेज की रिक्वायरमेंट है क्या. I'm sure if you start, if you decide that you want to, like, you have to do freelancing, after 50th call, let's say, you will get that 51st yes. That okay, fine. My budget is very tight, but I need your service. Let's discuss. So yeah. So if you wanna do automotive design, start putting your work, start putting your skills, and then cold email, cold reach out, and then hope that somebody will offer your first project. And once you get the first project, no, then it's easy because you have some sort of credibility that you have established or you have delivered one project. And once people see that you have delivered something, then they will have more confidence. Viraj is asking, what is the scope? Can you just differentiate between product design and automobile design, like their 4 year curriculum of what and what all jobs hierarchies are there? Okay. So product design और automotive design में क्या difference है? So product design is everything. Okay. Product design is like a huge umbrella of designing जिसके अंदर almost सब कुछ आता है. तो आपके अराउंड जो भी चीज है, जो भी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर रही है, दैट इज नथिंग बट अ प्रोडक्ट. और उसका डिजाइन करने के लिए कौन करेगा? प्रोडक्ट डिजाइनर करेगा. सो इफ यू लुक इनटू द करिकुलम ऑफ प्रोडक्ट डिजाइनर्स, यू विल स्टार्ट refining your design skills like sketching thing, sketching perspectives, how you can express your product designs, exploded views, and those kind of things. So first orientation will happen, then you will graduate to the next level. So in next second year, let's say, you will start designing some products. So जहाँ पे simple technical products रहेंगे, जैसे form defining exercises की define, or design headphones, or design headphone case, or design a particular glass for particular application, those kind of things. Once you do that, then it will get into a little bit of more complicated sort of product designs, जैसे you know cycle design, car design, motorcycle design, mixers, electronic gadgets, something like that. तो वो कॉम्प्लिकेटेड टेक्निकल प्रोजेक्ट आ जाएगा. एंड वॉट एवर द स्किल्स आर नीडेड इन डिजाइनिंग दोज प्रोडक्ट्स वो आपको सिखाया जाएगा. Automotive design is a smaller subset of product design. तो प्रोडक्ट डिजाइन में जो भी सिखाते हैं वो ऑटोमोटिव डिजाइनर्स को करना पड़ता है. एट द सेम टाइम ऑटोमोटिव डिजाइनर्स के लिए प्रोडक्ट फिक्स्ड है. जैसे अगर कार्स है, ऑटोमोबिल्स है, तो फिर ऑटोमोबिल के नुआंसेस को आपको पढ़ाया जाता है. जैसे कार्स है तो कार्स का प्रोपोर्शन कैसा होता है, वॉल्यूम कैसा होता है, कौन कौन सी कैटेगरीज होती है, मोटरसाइकिल्स में क्या होता है, साइकिल्स में क्या होता है, नॉन मोटराइज ट्रांसपोर्टेशन में क्या क्या हो रहा है, पर्सनल मोबिलिटी कैसे है. देयर विल बी प्रोजेक्ट्स ऑन पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्टेशन, जैसे ट्रेन का कॉकपिट डिजाइन हो गया, बसेस का इंटीरियर हो गया, बसेस का एक्सटीरियर हो गया, दोज काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स. ये सब कुछ आपको पढ़ाया जाएगा ऑटोमोटिव डिजाइन में, क्योंकि आपने प्रोडक्ट डिजाइन का एक छोटा सबसेट पिक कर लिया है. So that's how the curriculum is planned. And then hierarchy, once you graduate, you will join as a uh, trainee. Like, in every company, the first year is like an like a ओरिएंटेशन फेज, जहाँ पे आपको जीटी मतलब ट्रेनी की तरह लिया जाएगा. 1 साल के बाद में आपको कंफर्म किया जाएगा एंड देन यू विल बिकम द designer, officially designer of that company. And then you will keep on growing through the hierarchy, whatever it is there. Okay, next question. Mohit is asking, Mohit is saying that I remember seeing the tube light kind of design first in about 2018 when they showed off Pininfarina Battista. Of course, yeah, that is the only car I like. See, when you do something like that, it's of course beautiful. There are companies who do it very nicely, but it has become overdose of those kind of details, and now it has become generic. So it has become boring, and that's rightly said by Mohit. Thank you for saying that. Varun is asking, sir, I want to design a car inspired by Falcon Bird, which is the world's fastest bird. Sir, please suggest how should I start? Yeah, amazing question. Okay. This applies to not only transportation designer but also product designer. So usually design में you start with an inspiration because and nature is a best place क्योंकि उसको बोलते हैं biomimicry. Nature, why? Because nature is going through evolution, and whatever we see around us, it's a result of evolution of so many things, you know, so that it can perform the function in the most efficient way. For example, our hand was not like this before 10,000 years, but it has evolved to become, like this with imposable thumb and four fingers, so that you can, hold things, you can pull things, you can push things, all those things you can do because of this hand. Now, you have these kind of things around you in nature which are evolved for thousands of years. So that becomes one of the best places for inspiration because they are the most efficient things. So when we talk about automobile design में the emotion which we are conveying is speed. तो स्पीड का इमोशन आपको नेचर में कहाँ पे दिखता है? सो बर्ड्स हो गए, शार्क हो गया, चीता हो गया, एनिमल्स हो गए, हॉर्स हो गया, एंड दीज एनिमल्स, birds, marine animals, all these become the really good starting point if you want to convey the speed. Now, he's talking about falcon bird. So falcon bird, you need to start understanding what is the form of falcon bird, like how the beak is shaped so that it can get the most aerodynamic shape. Those kind of details you need to study. So you need to study the span of falcon. Falcon looks, very dominating and very huge and very, powerful, strong. So those are attributes of that bird. So वो attributes क्यों आ रहे हैं? That will come through form sensitivity. So you need to understand what kind of forms it has, what kind of muscle it has, and then you try to replicate those things into your design. Just for example, the span of the wing gives that, dominating strong feel. So how can you take that? So in MotoGP bikes and nowadays sports bikes also, you see those winglets, right? So those winglets are nothing but a span of, and that's why it's called wing, no? That's why it's called winglets. So so it's directly inspired from wings. So those kind of inspirations you should take. You should study Falcon Bird and then take all these small details and see how can you apply those things on your design. Okay, next question. Yogesh is asking the best headlight and tail lamps were of Mazda Furai. Of course, that's one of the best cars. They were like art on the car. Of course, Mazda, they are amazing, very sensual, very beautiful looking cars. So, of course, I agree with you, Yogesh. Faizan is asking, sir, I do work on work. I do the work. Some of the work I uploaded, but I am not continuous even during college assignments. Even during college assignments, I fail to manage time. Okay, so what I understand is, sorry, I read it very badly, but what I understand is you are uploading your work, but you are not continuous, and even during your assignments and all, it's becoming little difficult to manage your time. Please give me a roadmap. See, things are not easy unless and until you are disciplined and committed to a particular thing, and stop expecting quick results. For example, I am here. There's a commitment from my side that every Wednesday I will come live here on YouTube. So today I had a very hectic day. I went to the gym. I was very tired. I reached home at around 8 o'clock, I guess. And from 8 o'clock, I took bath. 8:30, I was so tired. I was hungry. I had my dinner, very quickly, then did my setup, and now I am here. So you have to make sure that you are committed. So, for example, if you have decided that every Sunday you're going to post one sketch, whatever happens, it's your own words which you want, like which you should respect. That, okay, every Sunday I need to post, so Saturday night I need to make sure that I am sketching something. Okay. So the first thing is you need to create a discipline around your thing. Then you can try different time management you know techniques. For example, you can do time blocking. So, for example, nowadays I have started time blocking things. So, I do multiple things. So, I have started doing, like, whenever I am at office, I am only at office. I am finishing almost everything in that given time without wasting a lot of time on tea breaks and things like that. So when I am there, I am there. Then I am going to gym. Okay, fine. उसके बाद में I am coming home. Then I have to do take care of the content. Then I have to take care of some other personal projects and things like that. So उनके लिए time block करो. Content creation का जो editing वगैरह होगा, that I need to make sure. So basically time block कर दो. एक discipline बनाओ, schedule बनाओ और उसको follow करो. And do it at least for 3 4 months, not less than that, and then only start expecting some results. आज करोगे, नेक्स्ट डे यू स्टार्ट एक्सपेक्टिंग कि वायरल हो जाएगा, ऐसा नहीं होता है. ओके. सो आई होप आई आंसर्ड योर क्वेश्चन, फैजान. And don't compare yourself with others. I think that's a very bad thing for a creative person. Gets it makes you very depressed and demotivated. Focus on your own journey. Look at others work to get inspired. किसी का अगर काम दिख गया है तो rather than comparing your own work with him, अंडरस्टैंड कि उसने कैसा काम किया है, क्या किया है, कैन यू लर्न फ्रॉम दैट पर्सन. All those things should come to your mind, not comparison. Okay, so don't get depressed. I think that's a very common thing happens to a creative person. It has happened to me also, but it is not good in the long run. So remember why you started designing. I started designing because I genuinely love sketching. I genuinely love solving problems. If there is a situation where the problem is there, I want to be that person who is solving that problem. So that's why I love it. So I constantly remember myself that, okay, I am designer because of these XYZ things which are coming straight from my heart. So I will always think about that. And when you do that, rather than getting depressed, sometimes I feel that sketching करने का पैसा मिल रहा है. Now I have some time, so I will not watch a movie. I will, last project I was struggling with this particular. skill over here. So I will utilize this time to get better at it because I have some time in my hand. So those kind of things will take you, way up in your long journey of designing. Nitin is asking, sir, I am currently in class 11, I am going to class 12, and I am going to prepare for NID DAT exam. How should I manage my time and boards? I think I just answered. Create a discipline, create a committed sort of a discipline, jahan pe you will do something. And there is one trick, okay? And I have, I had created one reel on this, which went, kind of viral. And it said that one line per day. So, as a designer, if you want to become really good at your particular skill, you need to create a desk which is very clean, which is very nice looking, empty desk, and uske upar na you put one lamp, you put one sketchbook, very clean sketchbook, and choose the best favorite tool of yours और उसको अच्छे से पेंसिल है तो शार्पन करके वहां पे रखो and then you just keep it there and decide one time कि जैसे let's say after coming from college or office you will just sit here and sketch one line. That's it. आपको और कुछ नहीं करना है. Okay, just one line. Now the magic happens when you sit here, you switch on the lamp. If you are playing some music, you switch on the speaker, and then when you take that sharpened, very nice looking pencil, which is your favorite, and open a clean sheet of paper, you sketch one line. You will enjoy that one line so much that you will not stop at one line. You will end up sketching another line. You will end up sketching something more. And before you know it, you would have sketched for at least 10-15 minutes. And every day you do this. Target is only one line, nothing more than that. अगर किसी दिन ऐसा लगता है एक लाइन करने के बाद मैं बस सो जाऊंगा इट्स ओके बट ट्रस्ट मी यू विल नॉट स्टॉप आफ्टर वन लाइन सो द टारगेट इज वन line. You sit there, you sketch one line, and then just go with the flow. Enjoy the music, enjoy the light, enjoy the decorum, ambience, and just you will see that after 10-15 days, before you realize, it will become such a nice hobby that every day you are coming, sitting there, sketching something purely out of fun. So create that thing for you. Key every day you will sit here and you will sketch one line. Okay. And then of course create a discipline, be committed to it. Nitin is asking, sir, how much should I spend per day on average to clear that exam? More is better. There is no particular time which I can tell, but जितना भी हो सकता है. See, it's your 12th, 11th standard. Already you have your curriculum, things, home assignments and all. वो करने के बाद जितना भी time आपके हाथ में हो, उतना आप करो sketching. And as I said, sketching is just last 10-15%. Remaining 80-85% is basically observation. So जब आप काम कर भी नहीं रहे हो, stay alert, stay observing things, like keep observing things, keep that observant eye open all the time. कहीं travel कर रहे हो तो see what's happening on the road. कहीं क्लास में बैठे हो तो see what's happening there. What kind of problems? अगर किसी का चौक बार बार टूट जा रहा है तो can you do something about it? So वो सब आप चलते रहो. So whenever you are sitting there to sketch, you will not have to think about how you will solve the problem because वो तो आपने पहले ही करके रखा है, right? So इसलिए ऑब्जर्वेंट रहो और जितना भी टाइम मिलता है उतना स्केच इंप्रूव करते रहो. सार्थक भटनागर, हे सार्थक, आई नो सार्थक. Keep up the good work, Saket. Thank you so much, Sarthak. Your experience and guidance will surely help young aspirants. Thank you so much, Sarthak. Raghiv is asking, hi Saket, can we add video editing projects in our undergrad portfolio for international schools like UL to show a range of mediums we have? You can put anything, but understand, like when you are applying for a college, there are certain skills which they are expecting. उनको priority पे रखो and then miscellaneous का एक folder बना के then you put all those skills जो आपके extra additional bonus skills है that I can do designing, I can sketch cars and things like that, but at the same time I'm good at XYZ things also. So you can do it. That will be a cherry on the cake kind of situation. Brush and Vertex is he's saying Tata also has pioneered that, yeah, tube light design. Okay, personal opinion. Of course, design is subjective and everybody's opinion is well respected. Basic is asking, sir, what are your thoughts on AI and affecting design jobs? Don't worry too much about that. But AI is like a revolution which you should keep an eye on. जितने भी tools आ रहे हैं, don't get overwhelmed. Even I get overwhelmed seeing so many tools and coming every day. There are like 5, 6 new tools which are coming up. So don't get overwhelmed. But जो भी आपके range में है, start exploring. And see, design is an intuitive process. So आपका जो conscious है, वो अभी तक एआई में नहीं आएगा एटलीस्ट नेक्स्ट 20-30 ईयर्स एआई में वो कॉन्शियस नहीं जाएगा तो फॉर दैट you need a designer and AI tools will be there to support your vision, support your things. So don't worry too much about AI, but keep learning whatever the AI tools which are coming in the market like Midjourney, Viscom, Optics, जो भी आपको पसंद है वो सब सीखते रहो. हाँ. Sorry about that. Yogesh is asking, fun fact, GSXR 1200 RR ICA, aka Hayabusa, Japanese for Pilgrim Falcon. Yeah, so when we were discussing about Falcon, Yogesh, thank you so much for this. That Falcon is designed against Honda Fireblade. Fireblade was world's fastest at that time, and it was also known as Blackbird. Amazing insight, Yogesh. Now the fact is the bird Hayabusa hunts are blackbirds and so did the Hayabusa. Perfect. Faizan is saying, thank you so much, sir. I will fix my schedule. I'll do chain blocking and commitment को value दूंगा. Thank you, sir. I'm happy that it helped. Legacy is asking, क्या fancy नाम है तुम लोगों के यार? Legacy is asking, how do I apply for internships for transportation design after my second year? See, as I said, जितना भी काम है उसको अच्छे तरह से पोर्टफोलियो में. So this is a nice question actually. I'll just repeat that question. How do I apply for internships for transportation design after my second year? So basically, even though you are in college, you want to apply for internships, तो कैसे करें? तो आपका जितना भी काम है, उसको अच्छे से compile करो and be shameless about approaching people. जो भी बड़ी बड़ी कंपनीज है, ड्रीम कंपनी, स्मॉल कंपनीज, एवरीवेयर, you just send your portfolio and try to network with people on social media. तो अगर आप अपना काम भी पोस्ट कर रहे हो तो वहां से send your portfolio to the designers you follow, the designers you know, and ask for their feedback on that. And then once they give you feedback, certainly ask that if there are any opportunities in your company or not. So those kind of conversations will lead to internships. Of course, if you are in college already, ask your faculties, ask your placement sale coordinators to provide some contacts. Are there any opportunities? Those guys are very well connected to, people from industry. तो उनकी help लेके भी आप internship के लिए try कर सकते हो. Sure. Okay, Viraj is asking, while preparing for competitive exam, I have found interest mostly in product and automotive designing. Still confused, cause no idea. If you are confused, no, just go ahead with product designing. If you are not sure, because a product designer is also learning something which is helpful for automotive design. So product designer, automotive designer बन सकता है, but automotive designer का product designer बनना थोड़ा सा मुश्किल है क्योंकि वो एक specialization है. So if you are confused, go ahead with product designing. Shubham Shinde is asking, what should I include in portfolio for NID interview? So interview का मकसद ये होता है, इंटरव्यू का पर्पस ये होता है कि आपके स्किल्स और आपकी पर्सनैलिटी को वो समझना चाहते हैं. तो it need not to be a very beautiful looking, very organized sort of a portfolio. It just need to be a compilation of variety of work which will show the potential of you as a designer. तो उसमें आप क्या क्या कर सकते हो, क्या क्या आपके स्किल सेट्स है, कैसा आपका थॉट प्रोसेस है, आप प्रॉब्लम्स कितने अच्छे से आइडेंटिफाई कर लेते हो, आपका नॉलेज कितना अच्छा है, आप ऑल दोज थिंग्स, आपका टेक्निकल नॉलेज कितना अच्छा है, वो सारी चीजें आप आपके पोर्टफोलियो के थ्रू शो करना चाहते हो, मतलब वो करना चाहिए. तो वो आप कैसे प्रेजेंट कर सकते हो, दैट इज अप टू यू. कई लोग मॉकअप्स लेके आते हैं, कई लोग रोबोटिक्स का प्रोजेक्ट किया होता है इंजीनियरिंग में तो वो लेके आते हैं. सो दैट शोज कि इसका टेक्निकल नॉलेज काफी अच्छा है. अगर किसी बोर्ड को उसने बनाया है तो उसके ऊपर अगर कोई कैनोपी बना दी है मस्त जो एरोडायनामिक है, दैट शोज योर हैंड्स ऑन स्किल्स। सो वो सारी चीजें आप सोच सकते हो कि कैसे उसको प्रमोट करना है। सो एनीथिंग एंड एवरीथिंग इज फाइन, बट जस्ट मेक श्योर दैट डिजाइन स्किल्स आर kept on priority. LB Studio is asking, hi Saket, I want to do interiors, but in NID there is only furniture and interior design, which is more like furniture. I had appeared for NID and UCID. If I won't clear, should I take a drop or go with private? Drop I usually don't recommend if you are having lot of financial issues, and if you can't afford a private college, then of course you can do that. uh, but अगर आपको जो भी डिसिप्लिन मिलता है, आई होप यू हैव गिवन यूसिड, सो देर आर मेनी IITs, NID में भी देर आर मेनी NIDs now. So these colleges are quite interdisciplinary. So even if you don't get that one particular discipline of your choice, you can enroll for other discipline, and once you enter the college, you can keep exploring your interest. So even though it is furniture design, इंटीरियर आप कर सकते हो। इवन इफ यू आर इनटू ट्रांसपोर्टेशन डिजाइन, आप इंटीरियर एक्सप्लोर एक्सप्लोर कर सकते हो। तो अगर आप फाइनेंसेस फाइनेंसेस अलाउ कर रहे हैं तो प्राइवेट कॉलेजेस को कंसिडर करो। अगर आप नहीं कर रहे हो, मतलब अगर फाइनेंसेस भी नहीं काम कर रहे हैं, NID और IIT में भी नहीं होता है, देन यू नो व्हाट आई सजेस्ट इज, यू क्रिएट अ पोर्टफोलियो, जो भी आपका पोर्टफोलियो है, सेंड इट टू इंटीरियर डिजाइन फर्म्स जो भी इंडिया में छोटे मोटे सब लोगों को, एंड ट्राई टू क्रैक एन इंटर्नशिप ओवर देयर। तो जब आप 1 साल का ड्रॉप ले रहे हो, तो यू आर नॉट सिटिंग एट होम जस्ट प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर NID एंड यूसिट, यू आर यूटिलाइजिंग दो दैट टाइम टू ग्रो एज अ डिजाइनर। तो आप एक इंडस्ट्री का एक्सपीरियंस लेके जाओगे ना NID या यूसिट इंटरव्यू में, तो आपका इंप्रेशन बहुत अच्छा पड़ेगा। तो आपको वो करना चाहिए। शुभम इज आस्किंग व्हाट दे लुकिंग फॉर NID इंटरव्यू। आई थिंक a versatile designer with an open mind and lot of sincerity, and that hunger to learn and become a better designer. I think that is what they are looking for. Vikrant Singh, so you offer mentorship? Yeah, I do offer mentorship. So if you are looking for some particular mentorship, just message me in my Instagram DM. We'll talk about it. See, actually अभी क्या हो गया ना, मेरे जो लास्ट 2 रील्स है उसमें कमेंट्स का एक कॉल टू एक्शन था, उसकी वजह से ना बहुत सारे कमेंट्स आ गए, तो इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर मी टू ट्रैक योर ओल्ड कमेंट्स। तो अगर किसी का कमेंट मिस हो गया होगा तो फिर से कमेंट कर देना, तो इट विल कम एट द टॉप। सो विक्रांत, यू जस्ट अप्रोच मी ऑन Instagram and tell me what kind of mentorship you are looking for. We'll talk about. I'll let you know. Basic is asking, sir, what type of salary I can expect after 5 years of experience in product design? It can be anywhere between 10 lakh to 10 lakh to 25, 30 lakhs, in that bracket, depending on the company, depending on what kind of work you are doing. For example, UI UX will sit at the top of that bracket, but not UI UX companies pay that. For example, Microsoft, Google, they pay that kind of money. If you are in Bajaj, your package will be somewhere around 25, 26. So that is the ballpark. Samihan Samihan is asking, can we still get into NID if we have good drawing skills, but the ideas are decent, not out of the box? You can. It's okay. But show that attitude that you want to learn and you want to become a better designer. You can. But if you know that your ideas are not that exciting, start working on that. तो अभी एक्साइटिंग आइडियाज भी रहेंगी, अच्छा स्किल भी रहेगा, तो ज्यादा चांसेस बढ़ जाएंगे आपके, मतलब ज्यादा चांसेस होंगे सिलेक्ट होने के। Nitin is asking, thank you very much for your reply, sir. It means a lot. Ragib is saying, did you get anyone to edit your videos, Sakit? I have been doing my own videos for now. There's one editor, of course, with me. I have sent you a video after editing. You should check it was. Ragib, as I said, you just send hi again, so your message will come on the top. Otherwise, it will be there. So I didn't check the video you edited. I'm sorry I missed it. So you just type hi or something like that, so your message will be there. Yes, Pune meetup update. So yeah, so basically, I think it is Akshit, if I remember correctly. So Pune meetup, I had. put that poll on Instagram, and around 20-25 people said I should go ahead with that. But so it is an in my mind, but I think 2025 अगर उन्होंने yes बोला है तो उसमें से कुछ मेरे friends भी है, कुछ इधर उधर के लोग भी हैं. So I'm not sure if I hold a meetup कितने लोग आएंगे. But we can do it. It's in my mind. There are so many things happening at the moment. Maybe in February sometime we can do a meetup. जितने लोग आते हैं 7 8 10 लोग उतने में हम लोग ऐसे ही casual hangout करेंगे. We'll talk about designing. Okay. Basic is asking, does interview take place for BDS? The interview, the selection process, no? Because I have been there on NID selection panel, I know that they want to keep the selection process as a surprise because they don't want to select people who are mugging up the answers and then coming prepared. They want to see your instincts, your natural instincts, कि आप एक डिजाइनर की तरह सोचते हो या नहीं सोचते हो. तो इसलिए every time they keep it a surprise. So sometimes interview will be there, sometimes it will not be there, sometimes there will be something very surprising, which was never happened before. So be prepared for that. So interview होता है नहीं होता है, you keep your work ready, you be prepared for interview. Everything is like that. It's an impromptu game. Shubham is asking, what is the salary for transportation designer? So transportation designer uh, depends in car and motorcycle world because the salaries are different. In general, in India at least, motorcycle designers are paid little more compared to car designers. Uh, but you can say the starting salary of transportation designers will be somewhere between 12 LPA, 12 lakhs per annum to 20 lakhs per annum. So there are few companies, Bajaj, Honda, they pay very well. There are few companies who don't pay that much, but your salary should be between 10 to 20. That is the ballpark. Uh, Amol is my colleague from Bajaj. He's saying salary nahi passion chahiye. Yeah, passion is very, very important for sure. Nitin is asking, sir, how to study for studio test for NID exam? So I think last session also I was telling that it's mostly about observation and your experiences with materials and kind of different things like technical things, functional things, the kind of mechanic mechanisms. So घर में जो भी चीजें हैं ना उनका हर एक का mechanism थोड़ा सा समझना शुरू कर दो. Start playing with materials, start going to Google and see what kind of questions were asked before in studio test. Try to take those questions and try to solve it at your home in that particular time limit, in those kind of constant constraints whichever they have been asked to do. So वो सब करने के बाद that will be a good starting point. तो वो सारी चीजें करो. It will be good for your own preparation for studio test. Along with that, there are few coaching institutes who provide design studio test crash course and all. You can consider joining them as well if you want. Rakib is asking, what is your salary? Of course, above. Okay, that's a confidential number, but it is good. It like I am able to sustain myself a really good lifestyle, so it pays well. Basic is asking, sir, do we have ESOPs? Do we get? Sometimes it depends on company. Like in Bajaj, we get, but it depends on company. Startups, I think they pay ESOPs a lot. So Rakib is asking again. I missed the. No, I said I answered your question. I think उससे पहले वाला होगा. यहाँ पे comments ना fluctuate हो रही है. Viraj is asking, what all types of activities do NID keep in studio test? So उनको चेक करना होता है कि आपका problem solving ability कितनी है with the given constraints of material and so your problem solving skill वो important है. Secondly, your presence of mind कि उतने में ही आप कैसे कैसे सोच के एक solution create कर रहे हो. थर्ड, आपका अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ वेरियस मटेरियल्स. सो आपको पेपर, रबर, रबर बैंड, आइसक्रीम स्टिक्स, इस टाइप की कुछ भी चीजें दे सकते हैं, एंड देन यू विल बी आस्क्ड टू क्रिएट समथिंग आउट ऑफ देम। तो देन हर एक मटेरियल कैसा बिहेव करता है, उसकी कैरेक्टरिस्टिक क्या है, रबर इज स्ट्रेचेबल, wire is foldable, all those things is basically expected. So they want to understand how good you are with materials and how creative you are when it comes to problem solving. So वो चीजें उनको जाननी होती है. What's the salary of a product designer in India? Product designer, again, it can range anywhere between 7-8 lakhs to 20-25 lakhs. Uh, बहुत बड़ा spectrum है. So depends on the company. Amol is saying, hi Sakesh, share with us in short how your journey as a design influencer has evolved you, if possible. Okay, so actually, this influencer, I can't call myself as an influencer, but as a content creator. So, as a content creator, I think first of all, I became very confident about my own opinions. When you are speaking in front of the camera, it's basically you need to believe in something, and that's how you will be confident about whatever you are saying. So I think since the time I have started creating content, I have become more confident about my own opinion about designing, about life, and other things. I have become more confident, of course. My communication has improved a lot. And so that is a big win for me because communication is required almost everywhere. Through podcasting, my interaction skills have increased. I think I have become a good listener, a better listener compared to before. So that is a wonderful skill to have. So I follow conversation, I follow long questions. In my brain, I can remember pointers because during the podcast, I have to constantly keep thinking that whatever he's saying, I need to remember those points because I need to summarize and ask the next question. So all those skills are there. And at the same time, it has made me more passionate about design as a discipline. So because I started creating content around design, I started reading more about design, I started seeing new things, which are so my exposure increased, my interest increased, my passion increased, and then automatically it reflected in my work also. So content creation has been a wonderful journey for me. ओके, बाकी डिटेल में अमूल में मिलके बताऊंगा. Ragiv is saying his target audience is us. I am here for everyone, Ragiv. So बाइक डिजाइन स्केच में इंजन के डिटेल्स वी हैव टू स्केच और इमेज इज ओके. सो बाइक डिजाइन स्केच में ना यूर ओवरऑल अवेयरनेस इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट. सो अगर इंजन रिलेटेड कोई प्रॉब्लम है तो आपको इंजन कैसे काम करता है वो समझना चाहिए. बट इंजन बहुत ज्यादा टेक्निकल पार्ट हो गया, तो इंजन का अगर आपको सरफेस लेवल पे भी अंडरस्टैंडिंग होगा तो दैट शुड बी फाइन. But yeah, overall volume, proportions, the kind of category your motorcycle is, all those things are more important. Basic is asking, sir, do we need a good laptop for design college? Is MacBook good or Windows will work? If so, that's a nice question. Between MacBook and a Windows laptop, which laptop will be better, MacBook or Windows? I think for a designer, both are good and they come up with their own strengths and weaknesses. So if you have a MacBook, I think having just MacBook is not going to serve a lot of benefits to you. So when you are having just MacBook, when you have an ecosystem, like for example, I have an iPhone, I have an iPad, then I have a MacBook, then this ecosystem is very useful. But then it's expensive. And at student level, I don't think that you will have that much, money to spend on. So if that is the case, then go for a Windows laptop. Windows laptop has lot of flexibility, lot of crack softwares. As a student, you don't need to go for licensed, softwares, and also you will save a lot of money. When you are using a Mac, cracked versions are very difficult to get, so you will end up spending money on that. So I think as a design student, I would say that you can go for a Windows laptop. Go for a decent entry-level gaming laptop with good graphics card and all. I think that should be good enough for all the design activities. If you are a transportation designer or an animation designer who wants to use some heavy softwares for editing or 3D modeling, then you can consider little bit, higher gaming laptop, like around 1.5 lakh and all. You can think of getting, those gaming workstations basically. And if you are okay with having a fixed setup, then I think you can always uh, create your own workstation. तो अगर आपको पता है कि 4 साल एक ही कॉलेज में रहना है, तो you can have your workstation, work setup at your place. That will be cost effective, that will be more customizable also. तो जैसे जैसे आप ग्रो करोगे, आप उसको इम्प्रोवाइज करते रह सकते हो. Uh, Yeah, but decent laptop is required. ACL69 is asking, hey, what is your opinion on dropping a year to prepare for UCET instead of going for some private university? Uh, I think I answered your question before. Private, I am not in favor of taking a drop completely. अगर finances आपको allow करते हैं तो private college join कर लो. अगर नहीं allow कर रहे हैं तो join some company. 1 साल as an intern, as an employee, जो भी है, उसके साथ आप डिजाइन का प्रिपरेशन करो. दैट वुड बी माय सजेशन. नितिन इज आस्किंग, सर कैन आई बी अ कार डिजाइनर if I study industrial designing? Yeah, you can, because again industrial design, product design, it's like a bigger umbrella, and automotive design is part of it. Actually, we are, you know, above our 1 hour live session, so we can leave few questions for next time. We'll just take one or two questions in the end. Does YouTube pay well according to your experiences? No, actually, YouTube is very bad at paying, and many people earn money through ads and revenue, sorry, collaborations. So, for example, sponsorships and all. But as such, YouTube doesn't pay a lot. Then we'll take another question. What do you think about Srishti Manipal for BFA? Srishti, I have heard that they are decent private college, not a great one, but not a bad one also. I have created that matrix now. So make sure that you follow those steps. If possible, go to their college, see the campus, interact with some students over there, and you'll get a better idea. Okay, there are so many questions coming. I think we'll have to just stop here. Otherwise, we'll keep on doing. But okay, we'll take another two questions. Nitin is asking, uh, okay, no, Nitin's answer question is already answered. Viraj is asking, in case I don't get into IIT or NID and do bachelor's. So drop thing I have already answered. Then Yogesh is asking, okay, Vijendra is asking, I'm interested in digital illustration. Which design degree should I pursue? Then you should pursue, animation design, or concept art also is there. If you can go abroad, there are disciplines for concept art also. So all those things can be explored. Yogesh is asking, this is the final question. Yogesh is asking, sir, since NID is expensive, I have heard, how can we get education loan? I once heard that people from bank are there for approving loans. Also, how to decide what kind of loan plan? Okay, future pay job. So NID, actually NID and IITs, they don't have any problem with education loans क्योंकि मैंने भी लिया था. So usually banks have this list of colleges and universities, और उसमें NID और IIT दोनों के नाम होते हैं. तो वहाँ पे कॉलेजेस, उन कॉलेजेस के लिए इजीली एजुकेशन लोन मिल जाता है. अगर उन कॉलेजेस का नहीं है, तो यू विल हैव टू डू 2-3 स्टेप्स एक्स्ट्रा. जैसे आपको कॉलेज से बोनाफाइड सर्टिफिकेट लेके आना पड़ता है, आपको कॉलेज से कुछ एक कॉलेज की डिटेल्स लेके आने पड़ते हैं, सो दैट बैंक विल नो कि ये लेजिट कॉलेज है और यहाँ पे फ्रॉड नहीं होगा. सो दिस गाय विल complete his education and he will get the decent job, and they'll pay. An education loan, you can just approach various banks and see which bank is providing the least amount of interest uh, for your bank loan. So I think that will be better. Okay, so that brings me to the end of this session. I hope this session helped you guys in some way or other. If not, just like this, live session because it is gonna help the algorithm to push it to more people. But till the next Wednesday, I hope you guys will have a good weekend. Uh, Thank you so much for joining and just comment something like good night or something so that uh, I'll know that this session has helped you. Okay, whatever your experiences, if you wanna mention few topics for next session, वो सब mention करो, your experience, what kind of suggestions, everything. Okay, so thank you so much guys for joining, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye bye. Good night.